Watch them Cowboys! Yeah! Never lose sight of the magic of this football team. Yeah! Here we go!
I'm all in.
Cowboys fans, it's your host Slater here. If you bleed silver and blue and you want honest talk, no filters, you're in the right place. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, and enjoy the video. Caelen Carson, here we go. In his second year with the Dallas Cowboys, after being drafted 5th round at pick 174 in 2024, at the age of 23, he had a great start to his 2024 campaign, being shut down due to an injury after week 13. Caelen Carson resumed being on injury in 2025, being out to start the season until week 6 when he came back for 9 games here. So Caelen Carson really hasn't played a full season, hasn't finished the season or anything like that. Caelen Carson had a total of 17 tackles this year with 2 pass deflections and 211 snaps for 2025. PFF grades Caelen Carson here at 54.8 and allowed a passer rating of 101.3 with 18.1 receptions or yards per reception allowed. Some of the things that jumped out at me in the film is his ability. He was really slow at breaking towards the defenders once they caught the ball. I'm not sure if this is more of like an injury thing or, trying to get back to kind of what we talked about Rebel here and his confidence getting back to game speed. But what would happen is let's say, the receiver was running an in route or an out route or a post or a corner. When they make that break, he had a very hard time of putting his foot down and trying to trail it or, realizing that maybe the break is coming and have that ability to kind of already be going that way. It seemed like something was off there. I don't know if it was injuries or what was going on there, but he was not able to trail very well once they made their break. It put them really behind, allowing open catches, putting some guys in very tough spots, especially when you're in the man scheme or even in zone because you're trying to pass along and all that. Some of the games to go watch exactly what I'm talking about is the Raiders and the Vikings. You can see him when he's in coverage, that ability of when those guys make their cuts and everything like that. He also showed some great film when the passes drop short in front of him. His ability to go downhill and make tackles, now it's there. Let's say drag routes, out routes to running backs or anything like that. He was able to come downhill and make those hits or at least wrap them up and wait for the rest of the cavalry to come to help him out. But, as a corner, we're not looking for someone to come downhill and make hits. That's really kind of a safety job, right? Stay over the top and then come downhill and make hits. We're looking for you to be able to trail guys, stay on them, and be able to cover them no matter what kind of route they're running. And I'm probably going to give him an overall grade of a D. I really hope to see that improvement in his pass coverage skills and then maybe get a healthy season out of him. I think maybe, again, he comes back week 6 and we're kind of hitting that tougher part of the schedule. But that's kind of how I feel about Caelen Carson there.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. I definitely like Caelen Carson. I think he was pretty decent for us when we needed him to be. He's definitely a short range cornerback at this point right now. Not saying that's the limit of his ability as a cornerback. I just think that's what he exhibited the most.
Yeah.
He can tackle well. He'll get into the mix. He'll shed and do everything he needs to do for tackling and going up against the offense. But I can understand him not being able to turn his hips fast enough and stay with wide receivers on breaks and has challenges there. But still, pretty young guy, 5th round overall pick. So we'll see how he develops. But he's another one. I think he's going to be a core member of the team for at least another season or two.
Him and Ravel are the kind of guys that you would get in Al Harris for, somebody who knows how to develop corners, somebody who knows how to teach the instincts of a corner, someone who knows how to teach them the IQ, someone who made, Trayvon Diggs and Deron Bland great and made that secondary great. So a coach that has that kind of mindset can really help them out.